Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing very well. I'm so excited guys to bring you this amazing dish. This is our Gambian chew, but it's a chew with a different style, okay? Because I added some red kidney beans, so that's the secret ingredients, and I want you guys to watch the whole entire video to see how I cook this amazing dish. To get started though, let's go right into the ingredients. So there I have my mutton, okay? That's what I always use guys, mutton for me, all right? And some cow belly, so that's the cow stomach, all right? So I've got there my garlic, I've got some bay leaves, okay, and some Knorr seasoning cubes. So these are the Knorr beef seasoning ones. Yes, they are my all-time favorite now. And there's some spring onions, and I've got there my paprika. Okay, I'm gonna be using that paprika. You can use red peppers as well. So that's tomato puree. Okay, and I've got about 6 large onions, which I'm going to be using, yes, because it's a stew guys, and some scotch bonnet pepper, and there's chili powder, some ginger, crayfish, ground crayfish, okay, very important, very important, and some salt, dried thyme. There's the chopped tomatoes. This one comes with herbs. And these are the red kidney beans I'm going to be using. So they are the cooked ones. They're in cans, so they are high in fiber, high in protein, okay, and they taste amazing. Yeah, and I'm gonna be using some vegetable salt as well. So these are my ingredients, and also this is just some leftover tomato sauce that I had in my freezer that I had cooked previously in my other dish, which I'm going to be adding into the stew as well. So first and foremost guys, to get started, I added my meat into my pressure cooker. So I added 1 tablespoon of dried thyme, and I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of salt as well. Then I add enough water that's going to cook the meat. I'm using the pressure cooker to make the cooking process a lot quicker. I'm going to cover it and leave it to cook on my cooker on the high heat for 10 to 15 minutes. Halfway through the cooking process, I did realize that I forgot to add some onions into the meat. I always add onions and thyme and salt whenever I am boiling meat. This brings out the meat flavor a lot more, and it makes the meat to taste a lot better. So once I added that, I give it a good stir, and I'm going to cover it again and leave it to cook until the meat is nice and soft. So once the meat is all nicely and cut into small sizes, I heat up some oil. Once the oil is heated, I added the meat. So I'm going to fry it until it is browned, until it is nice and brown. So once that is going on the side, I am just going to be blending the tomatoes and the onions. So there you have the chopped tomatoes and some onions. Then I'm adding some spring onions as well. So I add the paprika, the chopped paprika as well. Like I said, you can go for the red peppers as well, the red sweet peppers. So optional, some scotch bonnet pepper, there's ginger, and some garlic. Then bay leaves. So I'm going to be adding some vegetable seasoning and some black pepper. And for added heat, I'm going to be adding some chili powder. This is optional guys. You can reduce the ingredients that are added, or you can add as much as you like. It depends on your personal taste. Okay, so I'm gonna be roughly blending that, not too smooth, roughly blending it, and I'm gonna leave it at the side. So once the meat is nice and brown, as you can see here, I'm going to be removing it into a bowl and just set it aside to use later on. So once we remove all our meat, we leave the oil to heat up again on the medium to low heat. Then I added some chopped onions. This is half a medium chopped onions into the oil first. I'm gonna fry that until the oil starts to brown a bit. Then we are gonna be pouring in the blended tomato and onion mixture. The reason for these onions that I'm adding into the oil first is to infuse the oil, give it nice aroma. Okay, then I added the blended mixture like I said earlier. So I want to give this a really good fry until the onions and the tomatoes are all very well cooked. Okay, so it has to be on the medium to low heat, and please use a non-stick pot if possible to avoid the tomatoes burning, because the smell and the taste of the burnt tomatoes is not very nice in your food. Now I'm just adding in the tomato puree. Okay, this I would say it's about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and I'm gonna mix that into the tomatoes and the onions, you know, until everything is nicely combined, and then I'm gonna be leaving it to cook. But I'm not gonna be forgetting about it completely. Time to time I'm gonna be stirring into it just so that it doesn't burn, like I said. So now guys, at this point I'm going to be adding about 2 tablespoons of the crayfish. Crayfish is so nice in this dish guys. It gives it very nice taste, and the smell is everywhere in the house, full of flavor, really nice. So I'm going to mix that all together, still on the medium to low heat, you know, mixing constantly. Can you see guys, there's no burning. The tomatoes and the onions is not sticking to the pot, hence the reason I prefer this pot, because it's a non-stick pot. It's really heavy duty, and it hardly ever burns my food unless I cook the food on high heat and left it unattended. So now my tomatoes are very well cooked. I'm just going to be adding the fried meat. Okay, I'm going to be adding it back into the stew, mix it all together. Can you see? Then now next what I'm going to be adding is just the tomato sauce that I had earlier. Just add a little bit of it and mix it. You don't have to worry if you don't have this tomato sauce. You can add the beef stock. The stock, that's the juice that you had from the cooked beef. You can add it like I'm doing here. You can add it, give it a mix. You can add some water, but be careful of the amount of water you're going to be adding, because the beans that you're going to be adding later on has its own water in it. So these are the non-cubes that I'm adding, the seasoning cubes. So I added 2 seasoning cubes, mixed it all together. Then I'm going to be adding my beans in. Okay, I added 14 of cooked beans. If you're using the raw ones, make sure you cook it separately first. You boil it separately, and then once it's soft, then you can add it into the stew. But I went for the already cooked ones in the tin. So you can see I mixed it all together. It's so good guys, it's so nice, and the beans is so flavorful, and it's full of protein. You know, if you're looking to add more protein into your diet, this is the go for. It's really, and it's really nice with stew. You know, you can even cook it on its own without even using meat. It still comes out nice. Red kidney beans is really nice. So I'll leave that to cook on the low heat. As you can see now, it's thick, but there's still some water on top, and we need this water to evaporate a bit and to make the sauce thicker. After leaving it for some time, can you see now the sauce is nice and thick? I'm happy with it. So yeah, we are ready to be served, you know. And you can eat this with bread. Yes, you can eat it with rice. It's up to you what you prefer. Yeah, but I'm having mine with some rice, some white boiled rice, and it was so good. It tasted amazing. I hope you guys will try this recipe out. Just cook your normal stew, normal chew. So this is a Gambian chew that I cooked and just added red kidney beans. That's all. And if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and please share it with friends and family. And also comment, guys. I do love to hear from you. Alright, it means a lot to me. And also subscribe, please, if you haven't already done so. Please, we are nearly at 1,000 subscribers, guys. Please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.